This is Magik, and in today's video we're going to go over all of her abilities as well as some techniques and tactics on how to properly use her and try to get as many wins as we possibly can. So sit back and relax and let's jump right into it. Her main attack is with her soul sword, and this would deal 65 points of damage and has a max range of 6.5 meters. Now, unlike any of the other melee characters in the game, Magik unfortunately has a damage fall off, which starts off at 4.5 meters and decreases down to 50% at 6.5 meters. However, she does also have the longest range out of any of the melee characters, so she will be able to hit her targets at a much further range. But just keep in mind, the further they are, the less damage you do, so you want to be up close to do the max amount of damage. Her first ability is Stepping Disc, and this would teleport her a short distance in whichever direction you choose. Upon exiting, you will have two options to follow up. The first is Eldritch Whirl, in which she will perform a 360 spin with her sword with a range of 6 meters and a height of 5. This would do 45 damage to everyone hit. The second option is Demon's Rage, in which she will summon a stationary limbo demon to continuously slash in front of it for 4 seconds. Each slash would deal 20 points of damage, and this demon will have 100 health points, so it can be destroyed. Stepping Disc has 2 charges and has a 6-second cooldown. Her next ability is Umbral Incursion, or as I like to call it, her dash, and this will have her dash forward and launch whomever it connects to. This would deal 85 damage and has a max distance of 16 meters. The cooldown is 8 seconds. Up next is her Magic Slash, and this will have her send a projectile slash forward which has no max damage range nor fall off. This projectile would deal 45 points of damage, however you can charge it to deal a max damage of 90. The cooldown for this is 6 seconds. Her ultimate is called Dart Shot, in which she would transform into her demon form Dart Shot, and in this form, all of her abilities, including her main attack, are enhanced. Her main attack will now deal 3 hits at intervals of 0.15 seconds, with each hit dealing 35 points of damage. The maximum range is now 10 meters, and the damage fall off will start off at 6 and decreases to 25% at 10 meters. Her Umbral Incursion got a buff this season, so it would now deal 135 points of damage, and the range is 20 meters. Eldritch Whirl would deal 3 hits at intervals of 0.25 seconds, each dealing 35 points of damage. Demon's Rage would now have 200 health points, and each slash would now deal 25 points of damage. Also, all of the abilities that she has have reduced cooldowns as long as she's in her ultimate. And lastly is her passive Limbo's Might. What this does is convert 30% of all damage inflicted into bonus health. The max amount of bonus health you can receive is 150. As for her team up abilities, if there is a Black Panther or a Psylocke on your team, they will be able to tap into Limbo and rewind a few seconds back to a previous location. Upon exiting, they will receive bonus health based on missing health. Furthermore, Magik will also receive a 15% damage boost as long as one of the two are on the team. Alright, so there is one thing you need to learn to do with Magik before we jump into her combos, and that is her melee cancel. Now, Magik's melee is different than her main attack, and because of this, you are able to cancel the animation of her main attack with your melee, allowing you to hit both within a very short amount of time. To do this, all you're going to do is start your main attack, and then about a second after the animation starts, you're going to use your melee button, and it should look like this.
Did I break your spirit?
And as you can see here side by side, the left side is without using melee cancel and the right side is with the melee cancel. Whenever you do the melee canceling combo, you will kill a little bit faster. Alright, so once you get the melee cancel down, we're going to go ahead and jump into our very first combo. Now this combo you probably have already seen, as the majority of Magik players use this as their main combo. So I'm going to show you what it looks like really quick, and then we're going to break it down and talk about it.
Just another soul.
Alright, so for this combo, you're just going to start off with the Stepping Disc, and then you're going to choose Eldritch Whirl, and as soon as the animation starts, you want to use your dash ability. If done correctly, it should combine the two, and once the target is in the air, you're going to attack, melee cancel, and then use a Magic Slash. Now, I really do love this combo because it does kill anybody who has 275 health or less very quickly, but the one thing I don't like about it is that you do burn through all of your abilities, and all it leaves you with is one Stepping Disc to get away. And, you know, it works, but it can be very hard to retreat with just one Stepping Disc. So an alternate way to do it is to, instead of using swing, melee cancel, and then Magic Slash, is just swing twice. It's a little slower by like 4 or 5 different frames, but honestly, it's a trade-off, you know. If you don't want to waste your Magic Slash, or let's say your Magic Slash for whatever reason's on cooldown, this is a nice little alternative way to do it. Alright, so here's another combo that you could do, and again I'm going to show you, and then we're going to break it down and talk about it. So for this combo, we're going to start off with a regular attack, going into our melee cancel and then our dash uppercut, and then once in the air, you're going to go regular attack and then melee cancel. So this combo is nice because you don't use any of the 2 stepping discs that you have. So after you finish this combo, and if you hopefully get the kill, you will have those 2 to get away. But obviously you want to be up close and personal to get the most amount of damage, because remember, Magik does have that damage fall off that starts at 4.5 meters. So the closer you are, the more damage you can do. All right, here's another combo I like to use. This specific combo I like to use on tanks, and I'm going to show you why here in a second.
Look at you cry.
All right, so this combo, we're going to be starting off with our stepping disc, but instead of using either one of the 2 abilities, we're going to use our dash instead. Once the target is in the air, you're going to look down and throw out your demon and then attack about twice. Now, the reason why I like to use this on tanks is because they have the most health, and this is not going to kill a tank. It might kill a regular person, but this won't kill a tank, but it will leave that demon in the air, which will be constantly dishing out damage, which can give you potentially bonus health, as well as more kills or damage for yourself. So this right here is a nice one to use on those. All right, so this next combo is actually going to be in her Dark Child form, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what it is, and just like before, we're going to break it down and talk about it.
Behold, Dark Child!
So once you are in your ultimate form, you're going to do into stepping disc and then do your Eldritch Whirl, followed by the Umbral Incursion or her dash. Now what makes this combo so deadly is that because in her ultimate all of her abilities are enhanced and do more damage, this combo will instantly kill anybody who has 275 health or less. And I mean, it is instant. They have no time to react. So make sure whenever you're in your ultimate form to do this combo, and then afterwards just start dishing out damage with all your other abilities. Now for some tips and tricks and overall tactics on using Magik. Now I am not the best Magik player, nor am I a really high rank. As a matter of fact, I did just hit gold. I am solo queuing, but nonetheless, I do believe in the things I'm about to say. Firstly, you want to make sure that you are constantly dealing damage so that you can take advantage of her passive ability, which again converts 30% of all damage into bonus health. Now this is not a broken mechanic or anything, as you may not win every engagement because of it. However, it can still keep you alive long enough to finish a kill or retreat back to your team or objective. My second tip is to make sure you are melee canceling as much as possible, as this is the fastest way aside from combos to get kills. Again, her melee is different from her main attack, so you can do both within a very short window by canceling her main attack right as the animation starts. This is especially nice if you have no available abilities and are still engaged in a fight. My third tip, and this really could be applied to any melee DPS character, is to read the teams and the match. What I mean by this is to see who you have on your team and who the enemy team has on their team, as this could very well influence how you play Magik. For instance, let's say you have a lot of ranged characters on your team. Bucky, Hawkeye, Hela, etc. Then you know that the enemy team is going to be struggling a bit on pushing the objective, as your team has a lot of range and will more than likely stay on objective. With this in mind, you can now play Magik as a flank or a dive character, so your job is to flank the enemy team and target their healers first to make pushing for them a little harder. And if you see that your team is struggling a bit, then go back to the front of the lines and help them out by keeping the other team at bay, and then go back at playing flank. On the other hand, let's say your team has a lot of melee characters or dive characters, so Black Panther, Psylocke, Spider-Man, then you should probably play a kind of an extra tank between the tanks and the healers. Your job then is to deal damage when possible so that you can constantly get extra health and help protect the healers so that they can heal you and the tanks. Remember, no team is good without their healers, and if you are not protecting them, then it will make for a very hard game. After all, this is a team-based game, and unless you are just a god at the game, then you're going to need everybody to play their part on a team. It's not about how many kills you have, it's about how many wins. I have seen it countless times. A player on the other team is just killing it, but everyone else is just kind of pushing blindly, or they're not really working as a team, and then you see it in the chat, heal diff, or tank diff, or my team sucks. Maybe if you just played as a team, it might be a bit easier to get wins. All in all, Magik is an extremely fun character to play, and I absolutely love playing her. She's very simple, you just gotta learn how to do those combos, but I'm telling you, once you get the combos down and you can consistently get it, it is the most satisfying thing in the game. I hope you did learn a thing or two from today's video, and if you did, do me a huge favor and smash the like button, subscribe if you're not already, leave a comment down below, and of course, make sure you share this with your friends and family so that they too can enjoy the content. And lastly, don't forget to smile today, guys, because it will make your day, and everybody else around you brighter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.